Hey everybody, this is a little update on the 62 Chevy Impala kit by Revell. This is the 3-in-1. You can build it a show rod, race car, or straight up from the showroom. So this one from the past video, I told you guys that I got one for my dad for Christmas, and I have one. So we are doing a father-son build. So at the same time he is building his as I'm building mine. And once they're done, I'll have them both sit next to each other and do a video on that. So don't want to get too much further without doing an update, or it'll just be showing you guys once it's done. I want to be able to show you all the detail in this kit at this point. And if you guys have not built this kit and you do like Impalas and that, it might be a kit that you're actually going to want to get. Has tons of detail, goes together really well. And like I said, there's 3 different options, so if you can't figure out which way to build it, you might as well get 2 because it's a kit well worth it. There's a lot of detail in the engine and stuff, so if you wanted to do some added detail, it's well worth it. Like if you can see here, I have added some extra details to it myself, and you don't feel bad because it does have plenty of detail on its own. You're not just adding detail to a non-detailed kit. So if we start going through the parts that I got here, this is just the radiator wall. Got the radiator, put a wash on it and all that. The battery, I did use photo etch battery terminals. Try to detail the battery up, gave it plenty of wire, so that way once I glue it in place I can run the wires and have them go into the firewall or something like that, have them go somewhere, but plenty of wire till I figure that out. And going to the radiator, I tried using the photo etch hose clamps. It looks good, but they are a pain, and I was working with it so much I rubbed all the paint off, so I might have to repaint that. But I'm going to put the other one on there and then probably repaint it. But nice little detail there. So, and then the interior tub. The interior tub does come with the wheel wells, so you kind of have to do a little bit of masking on that. If we go to this detail, engine bay detail, you do have a reservoir bottle, your brake master cylinder. I put a squiggly wire on there just to add as a brake line. It's not perfect, but it goes down and under and then you won't see it no more. Did some dry brushing just to amplify some of this stuff. This is not going to be a super dirty ride, but it is a car that's going to be on the road, and they're not just perfect, so they're not just perfectly flat one color. So I did add a little bit of dry brushing on that. The interior tub is not done. I still have to do the shifter, add the decal to the steering wheel, and you can see some of the gauges in there. These 3 little ones end up screwing up on me. I hate putting decals on chrome, they never seem to stick no matter what you do. So I was doing something else and then found them on my finger, put them back in, and then they end up breaking. So I'm going to have to put some paint in there. That was my fault. Got the Impala logo on the glove box. And the door cards, they got some really good detail to it. There's a decal down there that you ain't gonna even see. But I put some chrome trim on there and everything. Got some chrome buttons. Flocked the floor. I used that flocket stuff that Mike Hintz showed me about. It does work great. Did a lot of dry brushing on the interior. That's all acrylic. I had to put a black wash into that. I did put a black wash into there. But only a couple things I gotta touch up in here and finish. Even got the speakers down there, you barely can see them. So you got the speakers down there. And if you are going to put this kit together, never have done it before, these sidewalls do kind of lean in quite a bit. So you can see the line right here. You gotta make sure that is, and then it has a little step right there. And let's see, there's a little tab right in here. You gotta make sure the inside's all the way in there. It helps when you put the rear seat in. Helps line it up, but if you ain't putting that rear seat in, because there is a rear seat delete underneath that, it does look a little awkward. So there's that piece. So now into the engine. Like I said, this engine has a lot of great detail to it. I gave it some green spark plug wires just to go with the theme. There's decals for the valve covers, decals for the starter, or alternator I mean. It does have alternator brackets. I didn't put 2 wires to connect to the alternator. I left those chrome for now. I'm going to actually paint those, but you ain't really going to see them too much. But that's the air cleaner I'm going to use. Once the air cleaner's on, you're only going to see a little tiny bit of them. So did a wash on the engine and all that, give it a nice look. And that way zoom out so you can see the whole bottom. So the bottom I did my typical detailing. I rusted up the exhaust and did a little bit of a weathering on the bottom to add it some metallic look. Metallic and a little bit of dirt look. Guy who owns this actually drives it. It ain't no trailer queen. You got a car this cool, you don't just, you actually enjoy it. So it's going to have a little bit of grime on the bottom, not a whole lot. But there's a lot of detail in the back here. You got some shocks. You got your anti-roll bar and all that. So there's a lot of detail in this kit. Using the big wheels that come in it, and I got the brakes. The one thing is there's no brake drum on the or pistons on there. It's just the actual disc. So all this detail, that's the only thing they skimped on or missed on. Still looks good though. So there's that. I'm also going to show pictures at the end of where my dad is at on his. He is doing a 2-tone body or interior, red and black, a red and black dash. He's got a nice red roll bar, cool 2-tone seats they actually airbrushed, and he weathered his bottom as well on the chassis. If you look at his exhaust, he's got tons of detail on it. His exhaust looks quite realistic. His is not as clean as what mine is because I'm doing a show rod. He's doing a race car, so his is definitely being well used. He's doing the steely wheels. He's doing a all red body. And his is looking really well. So the cool thing about this build is you're going to see this car done in 2 different ways, 2 different methods, and that's the cool thing about having a group build on any of this stuff. So look for the next update on this build. Should be sometime before the end of February. And if you guys got any questions or anything like that, please let me know. Be glad to answer them. Till next time, guys, have a great one. I'll see you then. Bye.